What is going on, everyone? That is Brad at DemonAsylum here. I'm bringing you all a new Destiny video. I'm going to be going over a picture and all the information that came out along with it that were leaked yesterday, I believe, or at least came to light yesterday. And in the picture, we can see a lot of smaller pictures and also information that clearly regard to a bunch of expansions that were supposed to be following the Destiny release. It looks like about a year or more long plan that Bungie had set up for Destiny from the release date, and this picture was supposedly taken from a Bungie meeting, I might add. Of course, all of the information and everything that I'm going to be telling you guys about in this video is just rumors, and it's all subject to change because anything that's not out yet can always change at any moment before we actually know the confirmed information about it and its release. So take all of this with a grain of salt, or as you will, and let's go ahead and get started here. We're not going to go ahead and talk anything about the information regarding the initial release date or the first DLC that can be taken from this picture because, of course, both of those things are already out. So we're going to start here with the second DLC, which is the House of Wolves expansion, and it's called Episode 2. I'll explain in a minute why it's considered an episode or called an episode in the picture. Of course, we already knew that House of Wolves is what it's called. We did not know, however, that the release date for it is supposedly March 10th, which does make sense. That seems like a very realistic release date for this second DLC to come out, and if it's not March 10th, then we can likely expect it to be either a week before that or a week after. One thing I should note is that for the Dark Below DLC in this picture, it says that the release date is December 7th based on this article that came out with the picture, but I do believe in the picture it actually says December 9th. The picture is kind of blurry, so it's hard to make it out. December 7th is a Sunday, though, in 2014, so obviously Bungie knew that they weren't going to release DLC on a Sunday. Most companies release their DLC on a Tuesday, so I'm assuming that it was actually a 9 in the picture, which is a good thing for us looking at this picture because it actually lets us know that it came out on the day that the picture said it to. So we can likely expect the House of Wolves DLC to come out on March 10th, or like I said, a week before or after that time. Now, within the House of Wolves DLC, we have a new raid, of course, which we already know about. However, we did not know that this raid is likely going to be taking place on the Reef. For those of you who don't know, the Reef is a planet in Destiny that you only go to once throughout the storyline, or twice, actually, technically, that you go to for nothing more than cinematics. You go there basically to get a cinematic with the Queen, and basically they tell you to go kill the Vex Gaylord, or you tell them that you will. You go back to Venus, you do the Vex Gaylord mission, you bring the Vex Gaylord head back to them, and that unlocks the ability to go to the last planet on Destiny, which is Mars. Now, also, there was a video a couple months ago, or I believe maybe a month or month and a half ago, that some of you guys may have seen, in which someone's Destiny game glitched, and they recorded it, of course, and made the video. And in that video, it showed him being able to see all these different missions and raids that he, of course, could not access, but they were shown in orbit for future expansions. And one of those raids was, in fact, on the Reef planet. So it's very likely that that is going to be the raid for this next DLC, House of Wolves. Also with the DLC, it says that we can expect 3 new missions, 1 new assault, a strike, of course, 0 public events, 0 patrols, 1 new raid, which I already went over, and then 4 new PvP maps. There's nothing written here, and I'm kind of reading some of this off an article. There's nothing written there or shown about new weapons and armor, but of course, with every expansion or DLC such as the Dark Below, we are going to see new weapons and armor. And then the next expansion here in the picture, as you can see, is called Comet. And this is where I'm going to explain to you guys about why the other expansions, such as Dark Below and House of Wolves, are called episodes. A Comet is supposed to be a much larger expansion, whereas the House of Wolves and Dark Below are considered episodes because they're much smaller expansions. The Comet, as it looks based on the amount of content it says it has, is about 4 times as big as a normal expansion such as the Dark Below or House of Wolves. So for the Comet here, it says, now comes the interesting part, as was revealed by an old leak before the game. In the content, or in the contract, Activision and Bungie was due out of expansion, Comet, in parentheses, or expansion bigger than a normal DLC and provided for in a split time between a chapter of the saga and the other, and here it reappears and looks very full of content, almost the same as Destiny to its output. So basically, it's saying that this Comet expansion is supposed to come in between 2 smaller expansions, 1, 2 before and 2 after, and also that the output of its content is pretty close or similar to the amount of content that we got from the initial release of Destiny itself, which is why it's considered the Comet, a bigger expansion closer to a full game release rather than a smaller DLC expansion. So here with this Comet expansion. It looks like it's called Plague of Darkness. It's hard to make it out in the picture though, and it looks as though the release date is set for September 2015, likely around the anniversary, the 1-year anniversary of Destiny's initial release date. So it also says here, first there appears to be a new destination, Nave Hive ship in parentheses, and certainly will be explored given the addition of a new patrol. Basically, that's just meaning that there is a new patrol throughout the list of new content here, so it is going to be a planet, or a new area at least, that we can go to and actually explore, unlike the Reef where there's just a cinematic that takes place there, but we can't actually go and explore there. So we have 12 new missions here, 4 new assaults, 4 new strikes. Just think about that. 1 new public event, 1 new patrol, 1 new raid, and 6 new PvP maps. Not only that, but the expansion Comet goes beyond the addition of new activities, also including to be confirmed 3 new subclasses, 2 new types of weapons, and also to be confirmed base level 30. It says the last item could mean that the exit of the level reached by the Comet XP gets up to 30, and then in parentheses, and then 40 with the equip, or that the basic level of the missions will be 30, but it seems very possible the rise of the maximum level. And I also believe that it's likely that it's going to be a rise of the maximum level to 40. However, it's going to be one of two things. Either one, it's going to be that we can in fact get to level 30, and basically that the Comet XP, or the XP that you get from the Comet expansion, can get you to level 30, and then whatever you're wearing can get you to level 40. Or the other thing that it might mean with the base level being 30 is that all of the missions on the Comet expansion are going to start at level 30. So it'll be one of two things, but regardless, we can definitely expect a maximum level increase from this expansion, regardless of what it ends up going to. Then it says, after the release of the expansion Comet, we will see 2 more DLC, which are again 2 more episodes, the smaller DLCs such as Dark Below and House of Wolves, probably still in the early stages of development, and where the contents are then to be taken even more with the pliers. So for the 3rd episode, and technically the 4th expansion for Destiny, we have Vex Void, or Vex Vod it looks like, and the picture again is pretty blurry, so it's hard to make out. And we're back to the smaller output of content from these, because they are the smaller episode expansions. We have 3 new missions, 2 new strikes, 0 new public events, 0 new patrols, 1 new raid, and of course new PvP maps, but none of it is clear as of now because it's pretty far into the future. And then for the 5th and final expansion that is shown on here, it's called Episode 4, Forge of Gods, and because it's so far into the future, likely to be around the same release time as the House of Wolves, which is the spring, except it'll be in 2016. Because it's so far down the road, there isn't really any information about it, which is completely understandable. And we have a bunch of other stuff here to look forward to, and again, it does look pretty possible, pretty realistic, and based on the information it gave regarding the initial release of Destiny and the Dark Below, all of that seems to add up pretty well and looks legitimate. So a lot of this other information given to us or shown about future, expansions, we can expect to be pretty close to true, which is very exciting because there's a lot of stuff here to be excited about. So in any case, I wanted to make sure that I made a video about all this for you guys. Some of you may have already known, some of you may have not, but regardless, I'm personally very excited for all this information, and even if it's not exactly as correct to what the picture shows, which it likely won't be, this is all subject to change, still I'm very excited for what's to come with Destiny with all of these expansions. So regardless, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and or found it informative. If so, definitely make sure to drop a like on it down below and subscribe for many more Destiny videos to come. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to follow me on my other social media accounts. Facebook.com/DemonAsylum is my Facebook page, @DemonAsylum is my Twitter, and DemonAsylum YT is my Twitch channel that I stream on. I'll put links to those in the description below, and for any of them that you follow, I do very much appreciate it. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, everyone, and peace out.